Before we continue with this video, visit my new business venture, carmarshal.com. For your next vehicle purchase, we advertise over 100,000 vehicles nationwide. That's carmarshal.com. The link is in the description.
Short drop knife!
Well, this is human factors research based on an original drill by John Dennis Tooler back in 1983. It was originally referred to as the Tooler drill. And later it sort of got out of context and referred to incorrectly as the 21-foot rule. So basically what it teaches us or tests is a human factor referred to as action, reaction, perception, lag time. So we all know that action is faster than reaction. And so what this tests is, what is the officer's physical reaction with respect to use of deadly force to a life threat? And so what we do is we compare distances versus reaction time, and we test the psychological and physiological aspects of an officer's response. And so what Sergeant Tooler wanted to teach him is that distance versus reaction time. So the closer you are to a suspect, the more dangerous the suspect can be, especially with an edged weapon, and especially if you have a holstered sidearm. So he just used the 21 feet just arbitrarily to teach them something about the reactionary gap, which is distance versus reaction time. So the farther away you are, the more time that you have to react to something that the suspect does aggressively. Conversely, the closer that you allow the suspect to come, or the closer you get to the suspect, where you compress time and distance, the more dangerous it is for the officer and also ultimately the civilian that would attack him.
Scientific study shows decades-old police training responsible for thousands of unnecessary deaths. The tactics used by police to deal with suspects who are armed with knives have been used for decades, but have never been scientifically tested. By Rachel Blevins, November 6, 2017. A scientific study on the legitimacy of a training drill called the 21-foot rule has revealed that a practice police department across the country have used for decades is responsible for thousands of unnecessary deaths. The investigation conducted by NBC Bay Area looked into how many deaths have resulted from the current policies regulating how officers are taught to deal with citizens who appear to be wielding knives. The 21-foot rule was created in the 1980s and based on the belief that an individual holding a knife, or another sharp object, could cover 21 feet of ground in the same time it takes a police officer to draw and fire a holstered weapon. But while the so-called rule became common policy, it had never been scientifically tested. Advertisement. After reviewing hundreds of cases in which police encountered suspects with knives or sharp weapons, UC Berkeley Law School professor, Dr. Zimring, came to the conclusion that the 21-foot rule exists only as an urban legend. The threat that the police officer faces, when a suspect has an edged weapon, is not a threat to the police officer's life, Zimring told NBC, noting that according to his research, the number of cases in which somebody with a visible weapon charging at a police officer and actually killing the police officer in the United States was 0. Criminologist and former police officer, Dr. Ron Martinelli, told NBC that after running hundreds of drills and testing a variety of officer skill sets over the last year, he also came to the conclusion that the 21-foot rule was much more of a myth than an actual rule. Read more. Dashcam footage, innocent mentally ill man beat down by cops for riding his bike. It is. And I wrote about that, and that was my theory over a year ago, Martinelli said. As long as the research is practically based, then we can take those numbers and we can put context to it and turn it into good training methodology. That's the type of research that we need to have with law enforcement in the United States. Martinelli argued that in addition to removing the 21-foot rule from all officer training, police officers should instead be trained to slow down, create distance and find cover when dealing with suspects they believe are armed. We need to constantly retrain officers on field craft such as this, Martinelli said. Teach them how not to get so captured by the moment. You don't always have to make an arrest, you don't always have to put your hands on people. If we can teach officers new skills by this research, we can save some lives. According to the investigation, although FBI statistics show that there is an average of around 56,000 reported assaults on police officers each year, the numbers show that fatal knife attacks in which suspects charge police from a distance of 20 feet or more, just do not happen. In fact, over the last 10 years, only 2 police officers have been killed by knife attacks, and both cases were in close quarters. As the Free Thought Project has reported, there have been multiple instances where police officers opened fire on an individual from afar, after they apparently mistook a man holding a wallet or a man holding a cell phone for a man with a dangerous weapon. Read more. Citizen pulls over cop, demands ID, gets it, lets cop off with verbal warning. Under the 21-foot rule, those shootings are justified. However, the idea that police officers are being trained to shoot a suspect from up to 21 feet away based on the belief that they think the suspect may be holding a knife or a sharp object is absurd, and the fact that police departments across the country have used a method for decades that has no scientific research behind it, results in the opposite of protecting and serving the public.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County Cop Watch, and I found that I had to make a change this ending on my videos, letting you know about the channel and fair use laws, you know, how we can report on other people's reporting and how it's good, how it's bad, etc. But you guys can look it up yourself. It is legal. It's in there. But like I've told you before, that I've been cut off from making money on YouTube for 4 years. It's really weird, bizarre, but they cut the money off, but they said you can keep the channel, and now YouTube makes all the money. And if you get bored, plug it into Social Blade website, and you'll see that they are making a huge amount off the site. Right now it's at 63 million views, 53,000 subscribers, almost 3 million views a month. You know, trying to wake people up, and I make nothing. In fact, I got a customer that's ex-congressman. He said if I could ever find a lawyer, sue YouTube on it. But because this is nuts, 4 hours a day, and to save America. You know, but at the same time, it's worth it. Look at what our founding fathers did. They died for this country. So, but getting back to the money part, this is why I'm redoing the video. Is my dream of everyone giving $1, and it's going to be $53,000 a year, or if they did Patreon, which you know, can be monthly. That is not working. That'd be great if it did. Nothing is perfect. And I appreciate the people that do donate, you know, what they can on PayPal. And there again, I'm letting you guys know that is not much. It is, you know, monthly is, oh my god. So anyways, yes, you cannot live on it. It's very, very, very low amount. But the dollar things, I do appreciate that. But when I first said everybody give $1, that's not working. I'm just letting you guys know it's, yeah, that's that dream. Everybody gives $1. 53,000 subscribers, it's not working. So yes, if you can give more than that, you know, I appreciate it. Like I said, you know, I'm in a unique situation where, you know what, we're already debt free, and I'm not rich, but with the little business that we have, I am able to do what I am able to do 45 hours a day, you know, letting you guys know what's going on. In 4 years, I've did the whole thing myself. 12,000 videos on there. I literally get emails where people are like, holy crap, I never knew it was this bad. And it is this bad, and it's getting worse every day because we have the internet, we have cell phones, we have cameras everywhere now, and it's just disgusting what's going on. And then, as you guys know too, we got Trump, we got Jeff Sessions doing a war on drugs, and now he wants to go after the forfeiture laws again. It's just unfreaking real. So if you can give more than that dream of everybody giving $1, yeah, that old video, that's not working. They're not, they're just not. So anyways, if you can give more than that dream is not working. Hardly anybody is giving. There you go. So that's why I'm remaking the video. If you can give more than that would be great. And there again, like I said, the Patreon's there. There is some people on there that are starting to give. But there again, it's very, very low. And like I said, I don't want to get rich off of that. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing because, you know, it's still so stinking corrupt. It's not even funny. My court case that I'm going to be paying out of my pocket myself with Charlotte County's coming up. They illegally looked me up and then posted all my information on LEOAFFAIRS website. They basically doxed me, however you want to say that. I forget what the word is, and they outed me, man. And that information on that site went out to 500 sheriffs, deputies, people that work at the jail, etc., etc., etc. So, yeah, it is very, very scary, but we're going to do a federal case, 1983 case, violating freedom of speech. We have 17 cameras in the house now. We got 2 cameras in the car. I always carry a camera plus a cell phone. A lot of people are highly recommending I get a vest now. If I could, if the wife would let me, I would run for sheriff. We are trying to push the thing nationwide right now. Where just to mix it up and to get the topics out there is register to run for sheriff, NPA, no party affiliation, as a write-in, and that is completely free, and you can participate in the elections. And there's a lot of stuff. We got a guy, James McLinnis in Pinellas County, Tampa, who almost won. He experienced the corruption himself. The story is unbelievable. Look him up. It's mind-blowing what they did. It pissed him off. He is very, very smart. He has way more money than I did. He ran for sheriff at the last 3 months last year in 2016 and almost won. He got all of the black vote. And the reason why he did that is because he ran in, I will not bust, we're in Florida, I will not bust anybody for weed anymore unless it's an ungodly huge amount, like pounds. And then he also ran in, no more victimless crimes, no more of this freaking road pirate bull crap. And then he was going to cut the budget by 30%. And when you think about that, you can. If you stop the road pirates, you can get rid of a bunch of people. Gone. So, the wife has been saying, yes, I can, yes, I can't. So I don't know. We're trying to find somebody that can do it because I am busy doing this anyways. But, so I'm making a video, like I said, that $1 a month from everybody, you know, for 53,000 subscribers, that is not working. I'm just letting you guys know. Absolutely give way more than $1 a month. If you can, I appreciate anything. By the way, remember too, when you give that, PayPal takes like freaking 15 to 20%, so it's even worse than that. But, and there again, like I'm letting you guys know, it's way, what I get is very, very low. Appreciate it, but it is very, very low. Can't live on it. I'm just, you know, I'm working, and that's what I'm working on. And that court case is going to cost a buttload of money. That's federal court. Just the filing fees and the depositions that we're going to be doing with this corrupt cop. So there's another reason to give. We are going to be doing a deposition with this very corrupt. He was in a drug squad. He is a bad guy. He's on steroids. We heard steroids are rampant here. That's why their attitude is so bad. And we are going to get him on video, and it will be on YouTube. So that case alone is $5,000 just to bring it to court, and that's my money out of my pocket. So there's another reason to give, and give way more than $1 if you can. So keep that in mind. This is the new video, and I see, God, I talk a lot. It's already 7 minutes, but had to make it just to let you know that $1 a month from everybody is not working. They're not doing it. So if you can give more than that, please. So thanks. Keep it up. Share, like, subscribe, tell your friends, send me your videos on corruption, and I'll post it.